34 days after the Clutter family was murdered, the nightmare seemed to repeat itself, this time in Florida. The similarities were so chilling, they felt like they had to be connected. On December 19, 1959, in the small town of Osprey, another family was destroyed in their home. Cliff Walker, 25, his wife Christine, 24, and their two small children. 3-year-old Jimmy and 1-year-old Debbie were found murdered. Christmas presents lay unopened under the tree. The scene was devastating. Christine had been assaulted and shot. Cliff had been shot, little Jimmy was shot, and baby Debbie was shot and then drowned in the bathtub. The community was horrified, and investigators immediately saw the parallels to the Clutter case, a family of 4 killed in their rural home for no clear reason. Suspicion quickly fell on Perry Smith and Dick Hickok. After the Kansas murders, the two had fled south and were known to have been in Florida around that time. In fact, they'd been spotted in Sarasota, just miles from the crime scene. One of the strongest leads was that the Walkers had been looking to buy a 1986 Chevy Bel Eartha, exact same model car, Smith and Hickok were driving. When they were arrested for the Clutter case, they were questioned about the Walker murders. They denied everything and reportedly passed a polygraph test, though those were notoriously unreliable. They had an alibi that seemed to check out, so law enforcement focused on the Kansas crime. For decades, the Walker case remained a separate and very cold mystery. The investigation in Florida went nowhere. A serial killer even confessed, but it turned out to be a lie he'd pieced together from newspaper reports. The trail went cold, leaving one of Florida's oldest and most disturbing cases unsolved. But the theory about Smith and Hickok never completely went away. In 2012, decades later, Sarasota County detectives decided to give it another look. They took the extraordinary step of exhuming the bodies of Smith and Hickok to get DNA samples, hoping to compare them to evidence from the Walker crime scene. But the results were inconclusive. After all those years, the samples were just too degraded. In a frustrating twist, it turned out they didn't even have a clean DNA profile from the Walkers to make a good comparison. The effort to solve one mystery only highlighted the limitations of another era's evidence collection. To this day, the Walker family murders are officially unsolved. We may never know if they were the final victims of Smith and Hickok, or if another monster was loose in Florida.